Well, one of the most burning questions for me over the last 1 year has been that why has DMart not made it to Nifty yet? After all, it meets almost every criteria except one. It is not in F&O, which then becomes a bigger question. At a time when NSE is adding almost every eligible stock, why has India's 15th largest stock not made it to F&O? It forced me to do some research. Now, as we know that NSE has been adding a lot of stocks to F&O trading. Of course, the big reason is the bull market. That's pushed a lot of stocks above the eligibility threshold. But even then, if you were to take 10 stocks which will be added to F&O from January series, it takes the total number to 197 versus 137 at the start of the year. That's an addition of 60 stocks. Now, let's take a look at some of the stocks. In this latest list, these are the market caps of the stocks. Now, as you can see, most of them are reasonably big stocks with average market cap of 17,000 crores. And there's no complaint with any addition. But picture this, DMart's market cap is 3.1 lakh crores, which is 8.4 times of the average of the new additions. Now, market cap is not the only criteria. The NSE has 4 parameters to include a stock in F&O. So let's go through them one by one. The number one criteria is that the stock should be among top 500 stocks by market cap. And this is where DMart is actually almost at the top of the charts. It's India's 15th largest company by market cap. In fact, forget mid caps, it actually ranks higher than 36 Nifty stocks, including some of the titans like ITC, Larsen & Toubro, Maruti, Sun Pharma, and well, Titan itself. The number two criteria, and let me de-jargonize that, median quarter sigma order size of at least 25 lakh. Okay, even I had to research that a lot. In simple terms, it means the size of an order to move a stock by a particular amount. Now, it's almost 10 times of the NSE criteria and at least twice of every single latest addition in the F&O market. Now, number three criteria, the market-wide position limit should be at least 500 crores. Again, in simple terms, it means 20% of free float or 20% of non-promoter holding. And while DMart has a large promoter shareholding, even then, its market-wide position limit would be 12,500 crores, which is 25 times of the minimum level. It ranks 29 among all stocks, 15 to 20 times of some of the recent additions like Rain Industries and NBCC, and is higher than all of the new stocks which have been added in the F&O. And finally, the number four criteria, which is the average delivery volume, should be at least 10 crores. Now, this is again a criteria easily fulfilled by DMart. Its average delivery volume is 45 crores, which is 4.5 times of threshold, at least twice of existing stocks like Indian Hotels, NBCC, and HAL, and 4 times of the recent inclusion like a Supreme Industries. In fact, its overall rank is 119, but all 118 stocks above it are already part of F&O, so they will obviously have larger volumes. Now, this is puzzling. I wish we had an answer, because if you have a criteria and a large stock meets all the criteria, then it's imperative that the stock is added to F&O. It's a stock which has always divided the street on its valuations, and F&O inclusion would be only fair, unless there's a fifth criteria which I don't know.